Oh. Welcome, race fans. Here we are at TRACKSVR with a round 3 of the SimRacingMania F3 series. We're at Valencia Street Circuit, and while I'm doing my little intro here, we're on track with Andrew doing a little bit of a spin. But just to start things off, guys, I'd like to say thank you for coming out to the stream. I hope my audio is better. We did more testing and stuff to make sure things were coming through a little bit clearer. So hopefully you guys can hear me. But before quali starts, I think we got about 30 seconds before quali starts here. We just like to thank our sponsor, Fanabox GP, one of the best places you can get all of your what is it called? All of your sporting merch, memorabilia that you like to find here in Canada. They are out in Montreal, but they have some good shipping rates and all that good stuff, and a lot of different sporting merch to choose from. Anything else I have forgot to mention? My name is Rick. If you guys are new here, joining me shortly here will be Howard. He's just coming in from doing his pep talk with the Jack and Andrew, who will be racing. Quali has started by looks of it. A couple of the cars are getting on track. We're gonna go on board with Andrew here. Jack was in the practice sessions. Jack was doing some really good lap times, keeping up with these alien drivers here. Currently in the practice, he looks like he was sitting P11 with some good practice times. So we're just going to see what he can do in quali and go from there. Howard has just joined me, so let him get his words in here and we'll watch some quali.
Hey race fans, your existential race sage Howard here. Special mention for my new title to Garrett and the Beef. You know who you are. I love you. Welcome to race number 3. I just wanted to thank our 2 athletes for competing in our TRACKSVR Formula 3 cars sponsored by Fanabox today. I quickly, a couple of words before they get out on the track. Just to address, you know, any of you out there who don't believe these guys, hour and a half at getting their best times down, at adjusting things and making sure their cars are ready to go, not just for quali, but also for competing today in the 2 race format. Interesting circuit. I don't know if you talked about this, Rick, but the Valencia Street Circuit. Sadly disappearing in real life. It's not being used as it could have been and utilized, but virtually it's better than ever. So we're quite excited to race here. I guess part of the race story about this track is it is a tough place to pass and finding spots to pass. Quite a few corners, quite a twisty, turny race street circuit. What are your thoughts about that, Rick?
I think it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to have some turn 2 shenanigans this week. Just turn 1 is more of a long, sweeping right-hander carrying lots of speed through. And I do believe, just let me changing the program on the race server. There's 25 corners, which is super tight. Most of those corners are in like the end of sector 2 and all of sector 3. So there's not really much happening there, but like the turn 2 shenanigans are going to be a thing. It's another super tight one like Northern was 2 weeks ago. Hopefully our drivers can stay out of those shenanigans, because we don't want that to happen again this time like it happened last time. But both of them are pretty confident that they're going to make it through and do good in the qualifying, so we'll just see what happens.
Just quickly before we get going here, looks like we're having some weird server issues, but I did want to mention today that competing in esports can be a tough thing to do as far as you know, these guys are athletes, guys. They have to practice a lot. And anyone out there who thinks that you know, we're not competing in a competitive sport for the entertainment of others, why do you watch anything on TV, guys? So today's show is brought to you by my sage saying of today, which is to whom it may concern, fuck you.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna leave that at that. It looks like it's now 2 minutes to quali. They must have had some tech difficulties on the server end of things. We did get all the cards loaded back in, but it kind of slowed everything down, and I had to not quite reload the game, but kind of go out of the server and go back in, and that seems like things are fine. And I just got confirmation from Jack that quali starts in about 2 minutes here. So if you guys were here last week, you'll know that we had a hat up for grabs for you guys. This week we might do another one. We haven't quite figured out what we're gonna get you guys to comment yet. I'm gonna leave that one up to Howard because he's always got the funky sayings. And we're still kind of working on the clothing of the day terminology because we've already had some funky ones, and we're gonna try to keep it a running theme with our streams here. So I'm just trying to come up with one, and it'll come up, and you guys will probably laugh. So.
Well, I already put my struggle shoes on, and I of course always wear weirdly worn rubber. So yeah, if any of you can think of anything cool for us to wear and put on here in the sound booth up above the racetrack, then please comment either on YouTube or our social media. We watch it all, big and small. And I guess, Rick, you're just not going to address what I said at all, like nothing. This deadpan. You're Ed McMahon over here.
There's really nothing to say. But if somebody definitely wants to let me know what other clothing items I can wear, I'm definitely all for it. It's not like I haven't worn dresses and skirts before. So hey, let me know what y'all want me to put on this related to racing, and we'll go from there.
What about like the overtake belt? Is that good? You like that? All right.
I like that.
I came up with one.
I like that. That's a good one. Overtake belt is great. Looks like Andrew. I don't know if he's going out for some practice or if he's going to start a quali run here. We're going to see. I'm going to assume this is quali now. Yes, so we are in fact in qualifying. So this will be Andrew's out lap, and then I do believe they get 6 quali flying laps. However, from last week, Andrew and Jack had let me know that if you take your out lap and then a flying lap and then an in lap, that counts as 3 laps. So they only get 6 laps to put a quali run in. So basically, if you only put enough fuel in to do 1 flying lap, you only get to do 2 flying laps because you'll have to do an out lap and an in lap every time, or risk getting DQ'd like what happened to Andrew in round 1, unfortunately. So both drivers have found that out, and I think they're going to be trying some different shenanigans. They haven't let anybody know what their strategies are for qualifying, but I'm pretty sure they both got something up their sleeve that they're going to try and pull off to get some wicked qualifying spots. So we'll see what happens.
I heard some strategy talk out in the pits earlier, but I'm not going to tell you guys what I heard. So nonetheless, they do have some strategy that they're kind of following for this track. Again, keeping in mind that it's even with your overtake belt on, it's tough to get the pass here on this track. But yeah, we're pretty excited here that hopefully this time we get all good qualifying times and with no DQs. Again, with rules that the guys have to follow, that makes it even more like a sport, doesn't it, Rick?
It sure does. As we know, in every sport there are rules, no matter what it is, esports or not. Some of you people might think this is a video game, but to our drivers, it's more than that. This is a sport that they love doing and love competing in. And as far as I'm aware, anything that you're competing in is technically a sport, considering you can compete in chess, and chess is a sport to some people. So.
I heard the Olympics is going to be probably because they can't run because of COVID, that they're going to be including some esports into the Olympics. Have you heard that as well?
I did. I heard that, and I also heard that they're introducing some sports that a lot of people never would have thought of were sports a couple of years ago until things started to take off. So hey, the Olympics are ever evolving, just like everyday society. So we're just glad that we're into the sim racing esports, and it's a grand old time, and we love that COVID has made it even more viable for everybody, and everybody's getting into it now. So
Absolutely, and certainly send out some support to us, guys, and some love, because you know what we do. We're doing this for passion. For money.
this is very, very true. So it looks like Andrew's just coming up to I think he's coming up to the last few corners. This last sector is really, really confusing, and I haven't watched a lot of laps. So he's coming around turn 25 at the moment, coming across that start-finish straight, and we're going to see where he ends up provisionally with this lap once our little thing updates here. Looks like Andrew is provisionally 6th at the moment. Let's see if we can find Jack and see if he's gone and done a lap yet. Okay, here's Jack. Looks like he's on his flying lap, so we're gonna see where he ends up. So far so good, no spins. He's in sector 3, which is easily the most difficult sector from what he's told me. So
yeah, the video we put up earlier this week really showed the skill involved on this track. I think you know, you're very well done just to stay on the track and not spin out. A couple of these corners are off camber and blind, and yeah, just a lot of technical difficulty here for our athletes today.
With that lap, as the lap times come in here, it looks like Jack and Andrew are separated by 0.05 of a second, with Jack taking the spot ahead of Andrew this so far. So it looks like they might be doing another flying lap, but we'll see. I know their first flying lap, they probably are both going to take it a little bit easy, as I know they can both do pretty much way faster times than what they've posted right now, so they're probably just getting back in the groove, getting the butterflies out for the first flying lap, and then they're gonna fully send it for their last couple laps of qualifying here.
Fully send it with your overtake belt.
With that being said, Andrew has overtaken Jack. He's now done a 51.4, so he's taken about 0.5 off of his previous quality time, and we're just waiting for Jack to finish up this lap. I don't know if he's coming in or not, but we'll see what happens.
Well done. These guys are putting in some very comparable times for such a tough track. Very technically challenging. Again, I just, you know, I hasten to say that this one requires a lot of concentration, and I don't think we're going to be doing as much, you know, tire maintenance and whatnot. Looks like we had a bit of a boo boo in that last 25th corner for Jack on a flying lap. That's I mean, he'll be able to overcome that. He's come from back in the pack before. Andrew is sitting there in kind of mid pack, I guess, top of the mid pack. We think there may only be 24 cars competing in this first race here today. That's what it looks like is signed on to the server at the moment. So we'll see here. So hey, if any of you are having fun today, watching us and laughing at us and deriding us,
Please laugh at
please
us.
let us know your. please let us know. Comment. Let us know we're not all alone here in this booth.
Literally, we have our booth has kind of upgraded since last time, or since first stream. The booth we had was literally a booth. It was like a little concave enclosed area, so we wouldn't echo so much. And now we've kind of upgraded. We're a little more open. We're not so claustrophobic. It's actually nice and bright in here. We can see and we can hear each other without driving each other crazy. So. Jack is on, looks like he's on a hot lap here. He's got 2 green sectors coming into sector 3. Let's see if he has a good sector 3 coming into this lap here. .24 coming to turn 25. Nice. Yeah, good entry. Good exit. Let's see. Come on, Jack. Oh, he only bettered his lap time by about 1/100th of a second, but that's okay. Bettering it is better than not bettering it. So he's still got 2 laps left. But it looks like he's gonna call that a quits for qualifying. And by looks of it, Andrew called it quits for qualifying too. So with that, so far it looks like we have a Jack in the number 18. Provisionally in 17th, and looks like Andrew is provisionally 14th in the number 95. So not bad for this difficult track, considering the top 3 are absolute aliens and almost 2 seconds faster than the entire field in qualifying. So being where they are is actually good on them. Well done to both drivers, and we'll get to the race in about 5 or 10 minutes here.
Yeah, I personally think that
this is 100% true.
they're on the internet. We don't know that they're
stuff,
real.
There
Rick.
are definitely guys who are like, yeah, you're an alien because you don't talk during the race, you don't talk during qualifying, you don't talk during practice, you just are quiet. So we're like, are you real or are you fake? We have no idea. So yeah, we have no idea until we actually physically get to meet these guys or talk to these guys in person. So and even then, there are voice changers, so talking to them online, you never know anyway.
I'm going to go see how the drivers are doing here, Rick. Why don't we just put the cool new music back on, man? What do you guys think of that cool new title page music?
right, guys, here we are going to race. It looks like we have Andrew Parkinson in the number 95 car sitting in P12, and Jack Trewick, number 18 car in P15. So it looks like we had somebody DQ in the qualifying, and we also had. Oh, no, strike that. It looks like everybody's been set up. We must have had a DC, a couple DCs, so they put them back in the grid in the proper spot. So they just reloaded the server now. So Andrew is P14 and Jack is P17, which is what was how they qualified from the beginning. So we're just going to, everybody's getting on track. As you can see, Andrew's out there already. I think Jack is out there too. Yep, Jack's out there already too. So like I said, corner 1 is probably not going to be the problem area. Corner 2 will most likely be the problem area. This track is also 5.4 kilometers long, or for all you Americans and people that like to use miles, it's 3.3 miles long, which is actually a pretty long course for the most part. So, but in these cars, they don't make it look that long. We're going to be lights out here in a few seconds, so just bear with us.
Yeah, I talked to the drivers just as they go into their formation lap here. I talked to the drivers just before the race started, and sounds if you haven't talked about it already, Rick, sounds like we did have some server issues with that glitch, and it put them back in with full fuel into their qualifying session. So that's what was happening in qualifying, is we were dealing with full weight. Of course, in qualifying, you usually go out with minimal fuel as possible to get the hot laps that you can. They've reset things. Still having some communication issues out there between the teams. I guess some radio problems today. But they're going to both give it their best and have a good race. So we cheer them on.
Yes, that is a good point. They did, when we went to check on them after qualifying, they both said that their setup reverted back to the default setup, which is why their lap times weren't as good. But that just goes to show that their practicing actually paid off, and they were able to drive the default setup a lot faster than what you typically would be. So that is actually saying a lot about these two and how much practice they put in for their sport and how much dedication they put in. I mean, Jack's been here almost every day for the past 4 or 5 days for at least an hour or two just practicing, which is awesome because he is doing very good, and it has shown big time in this track, especially this more when I got here earlier and he was practicing, he was putting down some awesome lap times. It's just unfortunate that little bit of a glitch from the server doing its thing reverted their settings back to what it was. But they're going to persevere and push through, and we're going to give these guys hell this race. So
yeah, another thing, not just fuel, but changed all their aero settings, guys. So that's going to completely change how you go through the corners, because of course your aero settings are going to change your amount of downforce and also the amount of drag that you're going to get down the straights with some more downforce and higher aero settings. You of course are not going to be able to get the speed out of the straights that you
yes,
could get
that's
otherwise.
very true. But these guys are ready. I know they made one more change that they felt they needed to make for the race. Be that probably adding a little more aero just so they can get around the corners a little bit quicker, and lowering their fuel to a good amount that's not going to lose them time, but it's going to get them to the end of the race. So lots of changes always being made every step of the way in these cars. So
Yeah, and operating on a fly. So it looks like we're coming into their boxes here. Hopefully, you guys can find their boxes, and we can have a good race. I know we've had a couple of restarts, so here we go, Rick. Congratulations to our drivers already. I can feel it. We're going to have a great race.
All right, here we go. There we go, lights out. Gonna give us a little bit of sound for these cars. We all know that they sound like little bumblebees or hornets. I'm not gonna give you guys a lot of sound, just because we'd rather you guys hear our beautiful voices while we yap your ears off talking about, oh, Jack, yeah, good job keeping out of the turn 2 shenanigans.
Looks like he had his overtake belt on and cinched up tightly. He did manage to pass a couple of cars there, Rick. Good points, Rick. Yeah, these guys are athletes. Looks like Jack's staying in the pack there. Rick, why don't we go get on board with Andrew and see if see where he's at. Looks like he's managed to stick to his spot. I'm not sure if our live timing is updating properly, but we'll see here. Yeah, Andrew's in the thick of it here. Yeah, there we go in a T25 at that last almost a hairpin there. Yeah, I think the first 2 laps are without DRS, if I'm not mistaken. And oh, good, nice, nice, you know, nice view. Well done, Stream Wizard.
All right, so as you probably heard Howard say, because I'm coming through on here. I was pushing some buttons to get some different views of Andrew's car, and you probably took a good look at the wall for a second there. So I'm just playing with the views just to give you guys a different angle than just in the cockpit the whole time. So I apologize if at one point you get to look right at a wall instead of a car, but I can't pick the cameras in the game, unfortunately. Oh, Andrew loses a place. That was actually a pretty good move. Good job to both those drivers keeping it nice and clean. Unfortunate for Andrew though, but he's gonna persevere. He always does, and he'll gain that place back. It looks like Jack's still hanging on to P15. Oh, and it looks like Andrew hasn't lost a spot yet. So maybe this is a guy that he's been battling with, and they're just swapping back and forth. But other than that, looks like Andrew's having a good race. I'm going to try and go back to Jack here once I get my headphones untangled, just so we can see how he's doing. All right, there's Jack. I don't know why that green car is glitching out like that, but we're going to go here on board with Jack, see how he's doing. Yeah, very good job from Jack, having good awareness all the way around to make sure he doesn't hit that guy. One thing you guys that don't know much about racing or sim racing, it's all about anticipating the driver in front's moves. Like sometimes you'll have somebody brake earlier going into a corner than you expect, and you have to anticipate that so you don't hit them. So usually if somebody brakes early and all of a sudden you see the car behind swerve out from behind and then get on the brakes, it doesn't, sometimes it looks like a dive bomb, which sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's just the driver in front braking earlier, being at worn tires, or whatever. Sometimes they panic. There goes the DRS flap, so we now have DRS, and this looks like it is turn 10 to turn 12, so he's going to get 1, maybe 2 spots. Looks like Howard has just brought me a hat that that we are going to be giving away this stream, and it looks like it's a Rocket Williams Racing. I do believe this is the Latifi Williams Racing hat. So if you guys give me a few seconds here, I'm going to let Howard do some talking about the race and about his ventures off into the pit lane, and I will get the hat on screen so you guys can see a picture of it.
All right, so once again, oh boy, big collision avoidance by Jack there. Well done, Jack. Oh yeah, I can hear him. I can hear him giving some feedback to those drivers who just shoved their way by him. He wasn't very happy about that. Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to give away a beautiful Canadian flag branded Williams Racing hat today on the stream, and we also have a special treat for you at break time between races. So let us know what you think. And no one's commented today, so again, we're feeling all alone here, even though we've put on our struggle shoes and our weirdly worn rubber and overtake belt. We're not feeling fully clothed yet. So yeah, if you guys want to suggest that you're enjoying the stream today, enjoying the racing, very exciting. Like we said, tough. To find spots to pass. Oh man, he got the guy took it back. Wow, that's some exciting racing right there going on, guys. Remember, our athletes have to try real hard. This is a lot of pulls his way by. Racing line they're trying to use with the cars in front of them. So Jack's doing really nice here, keeping it together with these guys. And it looks like Jack has found himself after getting bullied by these two of these cars in front of him. Oh, he was almost thought about the overpass there. So that was well done to pull back. He may have hit them if he had tried to throttle out. but looks like he's doing nicely. Yeah, so there we go. Oh, look at our stream wizard. He's making things float on the stream. That's awesome. Love it. Love it. So yeah, today's saying, comment to us what I said the name of today's show was. And if you do, and if a number of you do, then we'll give it away. We'll send it to you. As long as you don't live too far away. I mean, if you live somewhere on the other side of the world, we'll have to talk. But for right now, we'll have a hat for you. Looks like Jax was able to make back a couple of spots. He's back into 17th. Andrew's up into 9th. So let's see if we can go see what action Andrew's having here. It sounds like he must have got a couple of overtakes with his overtake belt cinched up tightly today.
Yeah, he definitely must have, because he's up in the P9 from P14, so that's a big whopping 5 spots right off the bat. We're only in, let me look, we're only in 6 laps, so, and there's 13 minutes, just over 13 minutes left in the race, so remember, this is the first of 2. There's a 25-minute race, which we are doing right now, and then there's a 40-minute, which is after this one. So we're gonna have a quick, I think it's like 5 or 10-minute intermission, and we are going to be debuting our newest commercial. So we'll let you guys watch that, and then we will give a nice shout out to our videographer, Mr. Ethan Burke, if he's watching. Hopefully he is, because I'm sure he'd love to see his handiwork in action and getting debuted. We are very happy with the way it came out, and we're pretty sure he's pretty stoked about it too. I think Howard had some nice words to give out to Ethan. Hopefully he's watching so he can hear them, even though he's probably heard them a million times, because we're all very appreciative of his work that he's done. So I'll let Howard take it away from there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have the video speak for itself, but he's definitely a video wizard, guys. Remember, we only deal with wizards, sages, and illusionists here at TRACKSVR. Of course, athletes. We are a sport. We are competing in a sport. And our stream is a bit of a sport between me and Rick. We're having a handy game of Keyboard Warrior here as we stream. So what do you think about our stream today, guys? Anybody out there? I know there's 5 of you watching at least right now. Comment on YouTube. Tell us what you think. Nice work by Andrew here. He just staying in competition. I don't know if that it looks like that might be an overtake car, a lapped car that he's coming up on.
It might possibly be. Looks like a couple of the drivers at the very back of the pack are really having a horrible time with this track. We've already had one guy DC by the looks of it. From our live timing, it says that he's 7 laps down, so I'm going to take that as a DC. Or he's been in the pits for the last 8 minutes trying to get some car repair done, but I'm pretty sure it's a DC from there. It looks like Jack.
Hey, Stream Wizard, why don't you tell us what a DC stands for?
Oh yeah, DC is esports talk. Yes, we're not talking real racing. DC is actually a disconnect. So basically, his computer or internet or whatever did not like how much power was going to the PC, and it disconnects them. Usually it's an internet issue. Sometimes it's a PC issue, but it just kicks them right from the server, which can be very unfortunate, especially if you're up in the first in the podium spots, which I unfortunately have been on the receiving end of. And you get DC'd in the last couple laps and ruins your entire race, and you're running the point standings. But it looks like this guy wasn't too far up the standings and might have just joined the series in this race, so it's probably not going to hinder him too much. So
awesome, great explanation. I need you to teach me about all these terms you kids use.
Is that because you're old? It looks like...
I know, I'm sage. I'm wise. I'm a sage.
Okay, that's fair. He's the wise old man, the wise old wizard. We'll call him Gandalf, sure. But it looks like Jack's actually had an overtake, and he's got a pretty good gap to the guy behind now. So he's just got to catch P15 here. He's actually in the point standings. We're going to talk a little bit about where our drivers are sitting. I want to talk about that actually, so you guys know. There are 39 people registered for this series. So out of those 39, and in the first 2 rounds after Norris Ring, and where did we go first round, Howard? Do you remember?
I thought it was Portimao, maybe? No.
Oh, it was Catalunya. Barcelona, yeah. But after the first 2 rounds and the first 4 races, we have Jack sitting in P22, which is really good. And we have Andrew sitting in P11. So they're both fighting for some more points. And by the looks of things, I'm actually going to go back to Jack, just because he's probably got a little more battling. Oh no, they're both out in the open. So let's do this and have some nice little views of the cars. We'll just do this.
Yeah, let's see those pretty TRACKSVR
Fanabox. What is it? Fanabox sponsored cars.
Yes. TRACKSVR Fanabox sponsored. There we go. Excellent. They're beautiful, aren't they? Yeah, looks like we're getting some good laps here. We've got some open air for both these guys, which again will help them, but not in the DRS zone. Unfortunately, to get that boost there, you do need to be within 1 second of an opponent for placeholder. Actually, no, it's not just a placeholder. It can be any car, right? You just have to be within 1 second of any car.
I do believe it's 1 second of any car. But I'm not 100% sure on that. That is something we're going to have to wait and see if anybody comes up. So a little bit on points. Top 20 get points. So right now, both of our drivers are sitting in the point standings, which is fantastic. As in F1, the fastest lap also gets a point. In qualifying, you get 3 points for a pole, and no other position gets one, which to me is kind of lame. You get 1 point for completing the race, which is great. And yes, that's about it. I guess there's no other points. Yep, so points for fastest lap, which kind of makes sense because F1 does it and F3 and all that stuff do it in real life, so why not have it? 3 points for a pole position. So if you start pole and you finish the race and you finish first place, you get 64 points, which is a huge advantage to anybody. I mean, you could get first place and then come P20 for like the next race and still be up at the top of the leaderboard somewhere. So that's always a very good thing to have. But our drivers are competing just for points, as this is their first F3 league. So to see them doing as good as they are is absolutely freaking amazing. And it looks like Andrew and Jack are sitting pretty. It looks like Jack's actually gaining on the guy in front of him. He was about 6 seconds behind. He's now about 2.5 to 3 seconds behind. So he is slowly catching that red and white car that just crossed your screen. So good on him pushing out with that clean air. It gives him a lot of advantage. He doesn't have to worry about overtaking or defending. He can just race his own race and work on catching the guy in front. So
I guess all that hard work practicing and acting like an athlete was gonna get better at anything. Practice makes you better, and it offers you the ability to learn from your mistakes. So yeah, don't forget, we got our beautiful hat giveaway today. Thank you to all of you. If you are watching and you do like our stream and our races, then please send us a subscribe. What do we say, Rick? Subscribe, like, and follow. Yeah, all of those.
That's basically it. Yep. Do that on our Facebook page, TRACKSVR. We also have a community page, TRACKSVR member community, I think is what it's called. Our YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and send it to your friends. Let them know that anybody that's into racing can come watch, and it'll let them be aware. And if they want to, they can come down and race with Jack and Andrew. I'm sure the two of them would love to race with some of their fans, I guess, and be able to have a blast. So definitely come on down and share it with your friends and family and all that good stuff.
Yeah, if you're going to join our members page, I like you to have been a customer usually. But I am the race director down here at TRACKSVR. If you guys didn't know, my name's Howard Trawick, and I'm sitting with Richard Hooper. He's our stream wizard and part of our pit crew down here at TRACKSVR. We'd love to see you, so please do come on down, be our customers. Looks like this race is, oh boy, Jack is getting really close to this guy in front of him. Do we know if that is an overtake car, Rick?
I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it's not. It looks like he's right on the butt of the number 65 of Massimo Martin for P15. So Jack's gonna start putting on the pressure here and hopefully force him into a mistake. That's one thing about this sport is we all know one way of winning is pressuring your opponents into making mistakes so you guys can capitalize. Looks like they both had a slide.
Although that was quite the Tokyo drift there, Jack. Wow.
I do know Jack was practicing his drifts before the stream started. He was out doing some practicing, and I caught him doing a couple. So good thing the practice paid off for that. He did lose about, I would say, probably a couple tenths to him from that corner, but nothing he won't be able to gain back here. Basically, as I was saying, you want to pressure your opponents into making mistakes so you can capitalize on them. In racing, it's no different. The pressure you put on from behind, just letting that car know you're there, especially when they see you in their mirrors and it's for a spot, that pressure starts to get to you, and only very skilled and relaxed drivers are usually able to stay calm and race cleanly. Looks like a little bit of a tap, but not bad. Jack with a little bit of spin. He looks like he's starting to put the pressure on. He's kind of going to burn himself out. He's got to be a little more patient. But with defending and attacking, there's so many different key points that come into it. I mean, the guy in front's going to defend and Jack's going to attack, and it's all going to be patience on both ends to make sure you don't kill each other. Jack a little bit deep. Oh, tried going for the dive bomb. He's just got to be a little more patient. The guy in front of him is going to make mistakes. He did before. He's just got to keep the pressure on, like I was saying, stay as close as he can and be patient, because that guy's going to have a spin, and if Jack is just patient, he will easily be able to get around him. This is actually a nice little battle with both of them making a couple mistakes. Oh, lockup by looks of it. But he's hanging on. Like, he's still only half a second behind him. He's not, the gap is very, very small to the guy in front. So this is a good little race going on right now. And it looks like Andrew's still up in P9. I don't want to go away from this race, but I'm going to go up to Andrew just for a second here just to see how he's doing, because it looks like he's catching Guy for his placement too. Yeah, he's definitely catching P8, so this all comes down to probably fuel consumption, and they're trying to save fuel, trying to save their tires. There's a lot of factors that come into this, so we are just going to wait. It is the last minute of the race, so they're only going to get about a lap, maybe 2 laps, depending on the leader coming up here. So, and it looks like lap traffic's going to be a thing on this last lap. We did have another DNF by the looks of it, and a couple more people that are being lapped now. So this is going to be interesting. This last lap, Andrew and Jack both got a push.
Go boys, go! Come on, this is an awesome race.
Let's go back to Jack here and see what's up. Looks like he's... Oh, it looks like he's passed him. We missed the pass, but he has made it up. He has made it up into P15. Well done, Jack. And it looks like he's now pulling away. The guy must have really weirdly worn rubber. So Jack, there's a big slide from the guy behind. Jack's nice and patient. Good job, dude. Yep, that guy's really got bad tires on the back. They must be really low. No grip. with these racing slicks, for those of you who don't know, there's no tread. So it's not like your typical everyday road car tire. They are completely smooth, and when they get up to a certain temperature, they grip super, super easy. But once they start to wear down to where that good rubber is no longer there, these cars become very, very hard to handle, especially on cars you really want to power out of strongs. So Jack is obviously doing a very good job of keeping his tires fresh, and same with Andrew. This has got to be their last lap. Just because it looks like, yeah, this will be their last lap. The leaders are just coming around in sector 3 here, just finishing sector 2. So this is going to be their last lap. And Jack has pulled away a nice, comfortable lead. As long as he's patient and doesn't make any mistakes, he'll be fine. As you can see, that gap is huge.
Let's go see where Andrew is. Oh boy. Let's see if we can.
There's Andrew all alone. Yeah, he's probably conserving his tires, probably knows his last lap. He's probably just conserving, doesn't want to make any mistakes, which is a smart move, I guess. You don't want to do anything stupid in the last lap and crash your car out, especially on the last lap. That's the worst feeling in the world for any driver, is you make one mistake in the last lap and you could have a really good finish. Oh, car off in the ditch. Wonder what happened there. It doesn't look like it's a placement, as Andrew and Jack have not gone up in a spot, so that must have been a DNF earlier, or a guy that was a lap down and has just decided to sit there. Good thing he was far enough off the track, because that would have been dangerous if he didn't put the car back in the pits right away, because he could have caused a very bad ending for somebody, which would not have been fun.
Looks like he was missing his wheel and parts of his front wing, so there may be some debris on the track as well. Just well done from both our drivers. At being such a long track and so many corners, you do have some struggles with tire wear, as we can see Jack just coming around for his last lap. Well done, both of them. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, well done to both drivers. Well done.
All right, there we go. A couple of victory donuts for Jack. He must feel like he won that after that battle for 15th place. A new commercial. You saw it first here. This is our worldwide release of our new commercial. Enjoy, and again, thank you to Ethan Burke Productions for helping us with this and really bringing the project through to completion. If you guys need anything out there with that, and I think he's on Instagram at what's his
it's Ethan Burke, and I think that's Instagram and Twitter for all of those people who used old school Twitter. But Instagram would probably be the best place for him to see his work. You'll get to see a little bit of it here in a second. We're going to go check on the drivers and take a little pit stop of our own to get some food, go to the washroom, all that stuff. And we'll be back here in about 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll see you then.
Have you been locked up all year? Tired of the same old routine? We've got you covered at TRACKSVR. We have 12 full-motion simulators incorporating VR technology to put you in the driver's seat of a race car. With our team of sim experts, we can help guide you whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran. From Ferrari to AlphaTauri and all the teams in between, we've got the largest selection of F1 racing merchandise in Western Canada. We clean all the equipment before and after each use and disinfect all high touch points. Forget about the Zoom presentation on Monday. Forget about the holes in the wall for your kids' virtual soccer practice. Bring your future champions down here. We're open for retail viewing and product testing. We want to bring our passion for racing to you here at TRACKSVR.
All right, guys, welcome back to race 2 of the Valencia circuit. This is round 3 of SimRacingMania and race number 2. So we are just getting ready here. I think there's about 30 seconds now till lights out. Race 2 is, as I said before, 40 minutes. We're going to get into the formation lap. Oh, they're having a little bit of technical difficulties today by the looks of it. They're just having no fun on the server end. So I don't know what's going on because they keep resetting it every time everybody starts to go out on the grid. So we're just hoping and praying that nothing happens. Andrew was telling us that he had a couple leg spikes in his at the beginning and near the end of the race. So hopefully nothing bad happens. So yeah, and now they reset it again. So let's get on board with one of our drivers here so I know where we are. Okay, there's Andrew. Let's see what happens. So as some of you guys probably found out, not all technical difficulties are our fault. They are from the server end, which we cannot control. So here we go. We're in the race. We got about 30 seconds till formation lap. I think Howard has some words to say here, so I'll let him give her.
I just wanted to say, guys, you know what? All of this is hard work, not just the stream, but thank you to SimRacingMania for hosting this league. It's an incredible amount of work behind the scenes to make something like this happen. So things that seem like a minor annoyances on the outside looking in are actually there's the panic and anxiety. So it looks like they're starting out for their formation lap finally here, which is good. Just a couple of minutes late, so looks like they got their problems on the server end resolved. What did everybody think about our commercial? Let us know. Contact us. Certainly comment on YouTube or comment on Facebook or Instagram. Let us know what you think. We think this is one of the better streams we've had yet. Our best one yet. Everyone is our best one. And we're always getting better, like I said in the first one. So looks like, we're just getting some tires warmed up here. This was a challenging circuit. We heard that, and everybody saw that there was a bunch of aggressive overtake belts being worn.
Definitely a lot of them, especially for Jack and Andrew. We got some feedback from Jack, as we saw from his first little bit of the first lap. He did get tapped from behind, and he went from P17 all the way down to like P22 just because somebody went in too hard in the turn 1 or 2, spun him around. So we had a wicked recovery drive to get back up into P15, which is 2 spots better than his qualifying placement. So congrats to him and well done. We are going into the 40-minute race, which is, as we all know, 15 extra minutes compared to 25. Andrew and Jack are both a little bit concerned about fuel, as the fuel usage that they used, they only had about half a liter to 1 liter left at the end of the last race. So they have gone. I think everybody's going to be going full fuel, and they're just going to have to fuel save because these cars don't allow you to refuel, just like real life F1 and F2 and F3 cars. You can't refuel them after you put fuel in the cars. So it's all about, it's going to be a war of attrition this race, I do believe, tire-wise and fuel-wise. So we'll see what happens.
Rick, you're not just a stream wizard, you're a math wizard
okay,
too.
I'm getting called out now. I can hear it. I can feel the sarcasm. I know I'm getting called out, but hey, I don't care. Some people, your brain just doesn't work 95% of the time, as some people find. So, I mean, yes, it's common sense, but hey, screw it. I don't care.
Oh no, it's just you're making all this work and you're doing our addition and subtraction. What do I do around here? I don't do anything. Just be an idiot.
Okay, so if last race is anything to go by, we will hopefully I mean, I'm not saying hopefully we have some more DNFs. Last race we did have 2 DNFs, and as you saw at the end, one car was spun completely around, missing a tire, we think, and missing a wing. So, I mean, I don't wish that upon anybody, but when it comes to our drivers getting placements from it, hey, I'll take anything, right? I think anybody will. So, I think if this race is going to be that long, there's probably going to be more DNFs. At least last 2 weeks ago, we found the same thing. Here we go. Lights out here. And green, green, green. Yeah, here we go. Oh, a little bit of a stutter from Jack. But not bad. He's just got to be patient going in this first turn. As we say down here at TRACKSVR, races are not won in the first corners. So just take it slow. Looks like he's not getting bumped. Good job. And I think that lime green car to the right, yep, a little bit aggressive, and it showed right there, taking himself and another car out. So that's going to be unfortunate for them, but he might get some penalties. Jack actually got some points from around the first race of 2 weeks ago from penalties that were placed 2 days ago. And it looks like our live timing has updated. That was a DNF. I don't know which car it was, be it the lime green or be it the red and white. Oh, a little bit of a spin from Jack. Don't think there's any
Looks
damage.
like he got hit. Looks like he got hit.
Looks like he got tapped and spun a little bit, but both drivers seem to be okay from the looks of it. Yeah, looks like it's all good.
There we go. Yeah, sorry, folks. Just wanted to see if we could find out some of the action here down at car level. It looks like Jack got bumped in that last corner. Probably not a bad thing because it looked like he had locked up his brakes a little bit. Yeah, we've kind of got a good placement here going for him. Oh boy! Oh boy!
Don't know what happened there.
I hope he didn't take too much stand.
That didn't look very nice. Let's just go into this view for a bit. We're just gonna see how his handling is. I think Howard's gonna step into the pits here, up to the pit wall, and see what's going on with the crew chief out there, and see how Jack's hanging on. Other than that, he lost one spot, but that's come to be expected after all those little mishaps with the people spinning out and stuff. So well on him to keep up. I mean, that purple, white, black, and red car in front of him is for P17. And Jack from last race said he's way faster than a few of these guys in front of him. So he's just he's got a long race. Biggest thing to remember is it's only lap 2. He's got lots of time to gain those spots back, and if he does some good fuel saving and tire wear management, he'll actually be able to gain those spots back if these guys push. And I think Howard just came back from the pit wall here, so let's get his update.
So looks like, luckily enough, both of our drivers have no major damage to report at this time. That was just a little wheel bump, as we like to say, or I don't know if I should, because it might be trademarked, but Ricky Bobby does say rubbing is racing. So yeah, just a little bit of close contact. Jack is determined to not let these guys out drive him. He cinched up his overtake belt a couple of knots tighter, and he does certainly have his struggle shoes on after last week, and didn't look like either of the drivers have any weirdly worn rubber just yet. So
that is good news. I would sure hope they don't have weirdly worn rubber after a few laps, but anything can happen. I mean, one spin will flat spot those tires so bad. And that's just taken away from your grip, so we don't want to have anything bad like that happen. And right now it looks like everything's going fantastic. Jack had his little bit of mishaps at the beginning, but other than that, we're doing hunky dory, and he's just keeping up. And he's actually gained a spot back, so it looks like the guy that that guy that he was fighting with DNF'd, and he looks like he's into another battle. Looks like a 3-way battle, actually.
That might be what we call this episode, the 3-way battle.
There, yeah, that's a good title. I like it. Yeah, he's definitely got the draft. Good job, Jack. Yeah, nice straight. Gonna go around the outside. Yeah.
Oh, he's learned these corners pretty well.
Yeah.
All that practice is paying off.
Yeah, good job from Jack. And nice. That was a nice view of Fanabox logo on the car. Our good sponsor that has definitely helped out and sponsored these two drivers and their cars. So thank you to Fanabox GP, where you can get all of your sporting memorabilia. Jack is gonna get the outside pass. Yeah, he had some DRS down that straight and makes it stick no problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for Jack there for P16. Now he's just got to pull away. He's easily got the speed on this guy, so he's just got to pull away. And I think there's only the one DRS zone, like I said. So this guy's just got to hope to God and stay in the draft and hope that Jack makes a mistake. But if last race is anything to go by, Jack ain't making any mistakes. He's gonna make sure that guy stays behind him and make his car as fat as possible, so he has no chance of getting around him.
Jack's overtake bell is cinched up as tight as it can be. Oh, these drivers it's exciting today, folks. Exciting in the race control booth.
Yeah, and it looks like Jack's already starting to pull away from this guy. It looks like he's got about a 7/10 of a second gap to the guy behind. So if he can improve that in the next few corners before the DRS zone, he'll be laughing. Because then that guy won't have DRS to catch up and gain there, close that distance, which will be very nice. Yeah, well done, Jack. Passed his first obstacle. I guess his second obstacle. His first one was getting up and out. It looks like we've had another DNF, and this is one of the leaders, actually. One of the guys in run for the lead, Thomas, who has unfortunately DNF'd the last two races, or the second race of the last two rounds, I guess. So he's not having any luck. I don't know if it's just crashes or what, but he's definitely one of the really fast aliens, and he's just, like I said, not having the luck these last two races. So that's good for our drivers. That puts Jack up into P15. I'm gonna go and ride along with Andrew here for a bit, just to see how he's doing. He's up into P10 now. Doesn't look like he's got too much of a. Oh, it looks like he's gaining and he's catching a pack. Usually that comes from, for those of you that are new to racing or whatever, usually a driver that's in clean air and is not battling or defending anybody or attacking anybody, they actually start to catch up to groups of cars. And the reason for that is the cars in front of the cars in the group are battling, so they're defending from the cars behind, which means their lap times are going to be slower. So if Andrew's not battling with anybody, his lap times are going to be faster than the group of cars who are battling, which is going to allow him to catch up, which is, as you're seeing right now, the three cars in front were battling, and this purple, I think it's purple, the purple and white car has actually lost out a little bit on that three-way battle, and now he's got Andrew to compete with for P9. So this is going to make things interesting for Andrew. Let's go back to Jack and just see how his race is going. Oh, he's definitely gained a massive gap to the guy behind. It's now up to 3 seconds, and the gap to the car in front is about the same. So he's got a healthy gap to the car behind and a good gap to the car in front to catch up. But we got to remember he's got to conserve his fuel, so he can't push 100% all the time, just in case he doesn't make it on fuel. Also, his tires, he doesn't want to spin them. He wants to spin them as little as possible, if at all. And he wants to make sure those tires last as long as they can. Same with the fuel. 40 minutes with no fueling, and I mean 2 minutes a lap. This is going to be a 20 lapper, which is a long race for these cars. So let's see what they can do. I'm gonna go back to Andrew here and see if he's caught up to that pack. Oh, it looks like we've had another DNF. Unfortunate. Looks like Andrew hasn't really caught up, but it looks like he's getting pulled in from the car behind. So he's gonna have a nice little three-way battle in a second here. If he can keep up, there's gonna be two cars with DRS pulling on this purple and white car. And it's going to be a nice little cool three-way battle while Jack is out in the middle of no man's land trying to catch up to people. And just looking at the live timing, another car has DNF, so that puts Jack into P14 and Andrew into P9. So I think Howard just came back from the pit wall. Let's hear from him and see what he's got to say.
Two TRACKSVR boys go round the outside.
I think next stream I'm gonna have a webcam so you guys can see my reactions to Howard's bad dad jokes and puns, because my reactions would leave you guys in stitches, I think.
Both drivers are they're out there very determined. It's quiet out there, guys, except for the you know, on the steering wheels and the engine noise. These guys are very determined. On the radios, which they're still having some issues with, so not a lot of communication between the drivers today. Is pretty quiet. Anyways, they know what they got to do. This is the longer race, but I think learning last race really showed our drivers how to really manage the rubber and fuel. Dead air, Rick. No thoughts on that.
Sorry, I was totally just trying to figure something out on the stream here. But it looks like Andrew's really got a good little battle. It looks like these two cars are faster than the silver one behind them. As it looks like he only gains when they go into braking points and then they start to pull away. Andrew with a little bit of a spin of the tires, not so good for his tire health, but throws it up the inside. Big slide coming out of that corner. That's definitely not good for his tires. Another spin. Hopefully no contact. I don't know if that guy just let him by or what, but he kind of just slowed down. Maybe that's a lapped car. No, definitely not a lapped car, because he's on MP8 now, so definitely not a lapped car. Fastest lap times, it looks like Andrew is faster, but now he's gonna have some weirdly worn rubber on those back two tires, which is not gonna be helpful in the later stages of this race. So hopefully he can manage them after he pulls a little bit of a gap and use that to his advantage. That purple car does have the DRS, so he's going to pull the spot back. That might have been a tactical move to let Andrew by so he could get DRS. I know drivers have done that in the past, knowing the DRS zone's coming up, and they will actually slow down and let the driver get ahead of them, especially if they're battling a lot. He will let them get by just to get the DRS, get a little bit less fuel consumption out of it too. So that was a good tactical move, but Andrew's still in this three-way battle, and it's going to start heating up pretty quick here. So I don't want to go back to Jack, but I also want to go back to Jack to see if he's caught that car. But I think Howard's got a couple words, and then we'll make a swap. Another car off the track there. That I don't know if it's a placement car or not. I don't think so. Live timing is showing that Andrew is still in P8, so that might have just been a car a lap down or so. So we will see. And Jack is up in P14, so he might have caught that. I don't know. He hasn't caught the guy. He's still in front of him. I look at the names and going, yeah, he's still behind the guy, but we're all good there. Let's see if Howard's got any comments.
You can see from that last shot, guys, just how red those brakes get. They get incredibly hot, and if any of you have ever watched any Formula racing, or indeed even in GT racing, you're going to see those brakes light up red hot. Some of these temperatures are gonna reach incredibly high temperatures. The brakes do have to have a lot, and so the representation here, the simulation that's going on, and you can see it again there, and that's really why these guys they're locking their brakes up. They're braking as late as they can, and almost using a little bit of lockup at times to get the turn in and get the corner. And you can see the DRS that Rick was talking about with Andrew again. So that's that silver car that's been sitting back there, and looks like they're both kind of baiting him with the DRS. Unfortunate, but Andrew's he's a warrior. He's out there. He just cinches up that overtake belt a little tighter.
Yeah, Andrew's definitely a warrior. He may be small, but he's fierce. He's kind of like a pit bull. We'll call it that. He's our little pit bull down here, small kid, but won't let anything go for free, and does muscle his way around the track, which is always a good thing to see in a race car driver. So,
well, we do have our mascot Josie, and for those of you who haven't met Josie, she's TRACKSVR's mascot, proudly displaying our colors on her fur. And she is a pit bull mix, but Andrew certainly acts like that in his races. Jack is more he's more of a retriever. He's just patient and gets his time.
Okay, so apparently my dad is watching the stream. Thank you for watching and listening to my shenanigans here with Howard. He asked a very important question. What does DRS mean? Basically, it means drag reduction system. So if you think of the rear wings as the part that pushes the car to the ground with the air going over top of it. When we say DRS, that back wing actually goes completely flat, just like right there. As you can see on Andrew's car, that back wing is completely flat and it's open. So basically the drag is next to nothing now. And then when it closes, it's now at an angle, usually about, I want to say 20 to 30 degree angle or whatever, to suck that car down. I know F1 cars, I'm not sure about F3, F1 cars at 150 miles per hour have 4,000 kilograms of downforce pushing that car to the ground, which is equivalent to like 2 elephants. So if that's what I like to tell people. Think of it in these cars as you have 2 elephants sitting on your car holding you to the ground around certain corners. Slow corners like this, the downforce doesn't do much, but on high speed corners like that one for instance, that DRS is what's holding you to the ground and allowing you to take those corners at such high speeds. So that was actually a very good question from my dad, who I thought would know what it meant because he is into the racing, or at least I thought he was. So well, thank you for the question, and we've definitely put some light on the subject for those that don't know and those that are new. So
Hey, Stream Wizard, why don't you put the Wikipedia definition of DRS up on our comments? Oh, okay. Well, technical difficulties. Stream Wizard has to figure out a new spell.
okay, guys, I know this is heating up to be now a 4-way battle. I'm gonna hop back to Jack just for a bit here. He's up in P14, so I want to see how he's doing. Let's hop on board with Jack here. Let's go find him. Oh, there he is. Must be coming around some lapped cars. He's all by himself. He's got some clean air. He's got about a 7-second gap to the car in front and 8-second gap to the car behind. So he's probably trying to do some fuel and tire conservation. And with the gaps that he's got, I think this is a brilliant time to do it. He's not pushing. He's not losing time to the car behind. So maybe he's doing the same thing. We are lap 10, so we're about halfway through the race. So they're definitely, Jack and Andrew are both going to start seeing some tire wear and all that, and definitely some low fuel. So hopefully, I have confidence that they'll be able to make it around. It looks like somebody had a little bit of squirrely situation. That car in front, Jack, actually the car in front of Jack, he's now only a second and a half behind. So the car in front having major issues. I don't know if it's damage or if he had a spin. But Jack is definitely going to be catching that guy in front. If he notices, he might put on his overtake belt and just go for it. Looks like he's got 3 cars ahead of him. Looks like he's going to be able to catch these guys if he pushes for the next couple laps, and then just hang back and be patient. We'll let them make the mistakes, and it'll allow him to conserve his fuel in his tires if he's nice and patient. If they're going slower than him, and then he can bang it out of the park and fully send it for the last little bit of the race and get some more spots. So he's doing good. He's definitely hanging in there. It definitely looks like he is conserving fuel and tires. So this is definitely going to be that point in the race. But I'm going to go back to Andrew here and see if he's caught the pack yet. Looks like he's gotten past. Yeah, he got past the purple and gray car again. So it looks like it's a matter of just driving. And that silver and black car did pull away and is now gone by looks of it. So Andrew might be struggling with tires after his couple little spins in this battle, but he's still not done. This guy is giving him the business and showing him that he's still there. He's in those mirrors, and that can be a scary sight for somebody that's not experienced. Oh, that guy just took Andrew out. What the heck was that about? I don't know if that was lag or if he just hit him going to the... They weren't even in a braking zone. He just hit him on the straightaway.
That's
Yeah,
bad.
I don't know if that was leg or what. We're definitely going to have to check in because that's going to be some nasty damage. And I do believe they turned damage up for this race after last race, seeing how low it was. So Howard's just going to go and check. He's going to the pit wall just to check and see how Andrew's doing. And we'll get you the info. But that did not look pretty at all. Remember, guys, the hat on screen, that Williams Rocket Williams Racing Canada hat is the Nicholas Latifi hat from, I think it was last season, and it is up for grabs. Remember to comment. I'm going to say comment Latifi or comment Williams, and we'll do a giveaway. If you're not going to enter for the giveaway, you can always come down to the down to the venue here and do some racing and pick up your racing merch. There are all kinds of hats for sale, so come on down and check us out and see what's good and what's not. Howard's here from the pit wall, so he's got some update on Andrew. Let's hear it from him.
Andrew is very unhappy with how that went down. I was told to Timmy style statement, told to leave him alone. But he does look like he has some very heavy front floor damage and a rear quarter or left rear quarter panel damage as well. So hopefully he can manage for the rest of the race. What have we got left for the race here?
Yeah, it looks like we got about 17 minutes left in a race, which is about 8 or 9 more laps. So he's in the P9. He's got a really big battle on his hands with the guy behind him. That's P10, and it looks like P11 is going to start catching up here soon too. Jack's still back in P14. He is definitely doing some major fuel saving as he is dropping back from the guy that he was chasing. So he's not losing any time to the car behind, though. He's actually gained 2 seconds. So I mean, he's got a good little gap. He's got nothing to worry about at this point. It's just Andrew, I think, is going to be the one we're more concerned about. Jack's got a nice little gap to the car behind, so nothing to worry about there. Oh, what the heck was that? This guy's just all over the place. And it's not even the same car.
Yeah, we're gonna wait till after the race, but I suspect there's gonna be some calls out to the race judges. The referees are gonna have to come in, I think, and start handing out penalties. Some of this is pretty egregious. So.
Yeah, I think there's definitely going to be some steward inquiries from Andrew at the end for that guy. Steward inquiries basically driver sending in a complaint to the stewards about an incident that happened on track, and then it's up to the stewards to go and look at it to deem if it was a racing incident or if it was lag or if it was intentional or whatever. This looked pretty intentional considering it was on a straight. Lag, we're not sure about. I mean, Andrew did say he had leg issues, small ones in the first race, but nothing major, and that just looked horrible. So, and then the other tap again from the second driver, I don't know. Andrew's going to get pretty frustrated, so we're going to leave him alone for the last 50 minutes, and I know there's going to be some very strong words, I'm sure, from him about that incident. So we're just we won't update you guys until maybe next week.
Yeah, we'll see at the end of the race here. Whatever's going on, he's managed to stay in 8th place, and he's fending these guys off. But he's got a train of about 5 cars behind him that are, they're all, they're all. He's the target and the focus for all of them right now. So, Andrew's got a gap in front of him of quite a bit. Yeah, he's got. Set almost 8 seconds, 7.6, 7.7 seconds to the car in front. Yeah, and he's just got a very intense race going on. And so let's just cheer for him and hope for the best. This is definitely some exciting racing here, guys. Exciting racing. Remember the best stream on the internet, TRACKSVR on YouTube.
Yeah, like I was saying before with the attacking and defending, Andrew's got to take his overtake belt off and put his heavyweight shirt on and keep himself as thick as he possibly can to keep these guys behind him. It does look like the car that hit him is having issues staying with the group from the damage that he sustained. I'm pretty sure it's not the car that's right behind him, but it's the guy that's about 4 cars back now. So I think he's really starting to struggle, and Andrew's just doing a good job of making himself as thick as possible to keep those slide. Good job keeping out of the wall from Andrew. He's doing a good job keeping his car as wide as possible to make sure nobody gets past him.
Yeah, don't let you elephants go around the outside. No? All right.
That one was really bad, you guys. Like, that was really bad. But hey.
Well, you're talking about making yourself heavy like elephants, and then you're talking about thick. It's like, what are you looking for? Well, we could have had like elephant thick. That's what we're wearing today.
I don't know. I couldn't come up with a good one on the spot, guys. That's why I said heavyweight shirt. I don't know. It was just a bad pun. But it looks like Andrew's lost a place. But that's to be expected with the damage he's taken. He is doing a very good job though. I mean, if he finishes, he's only in P9 right now, which is not bad, and I think we still have like 15 minutes left. We got 12 minutes left. That's another 6 laps. As long as he can hang on, he'll be okay. And I think that that car in the distance, that purple one in the distance, I think that's the car that hit Andrew to begin with. And it looks like he's struggling with damage. Yeah, it's definitely him because he's the pink and purple car. As you can tell, the car that Andrew is behind is that guy's teammate, and you can tell the difference in the cars by their halos. They went with different color halos and mirrors. So the guy in front of Andrew is definitely not the guy that hit him. Which is good to know. At least he's battling with somebody that's hopefully cleaner. Oh, a little bit of a tap. Andrew locked up. Just a racing incident. No, there won't be any inquiry about that, especially when the guy kept the spot anyways. So Andrew's just gotta hang in there. His struggle shoes are on big time now. But if he can hang on the back, he's okay.
He is really he's fighting here, guys. This is a fight here, because he's struggling against how damaged his car is, how his tires are worn, and also all the dirty air. When you have all of these cars driving like this, when you have such an intense battle with, what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in this battle. You're going to have so much dirty air. It's buffeting you. It's throwing you around. It's it's very disturbing to be in a bunch of cars around a bunch of cars that are going fast. Looks like he got DRS there. Nicely done.
Yeah, good pass. Now it's gonna be that guy that hit him is coming up behind him, so he's probably gonna be a little bit nervous. But knowing Andrew, he'll be able to hang on. Sorry for that little bit of background noise. Howard was just getting a phone call, so he's just answering that right now. But Andrew is gonna persevere. Anybody who knows him knows that he doesn't quit. He never gives up. He will have some strong words for sure, but he doesn't let it overtake his driving. He doesn't drive with his emotions. He drives with his brain, which is a very good thing for a driver to do. I want to say that guy is like the Mazepin of the track. He's not clean. He's not very quick. It's just he doesn't seem like he's. I mean, he's pretty quick. He's in the top 10, so he's a little bit not like Mazepin. He's like a mix of Schumacher and Mazepin. He's in a meh car, and he's quick, but he's not very clean, kind of like Mazepin. So, but he's doing good. Andrew's in P9 right now. Like Howard said, he's got like a 4. They're spread out a little bit, which is good. But there's still like a 4 or 5 car battle once they get close enough. So Andrew's just got to persevere. There's only like 10 minutes left, I think. Yeah, 9 minutes left. There's just under 5 laps left in this race. So as long as he can persevere and just keep it clean, he'll be totally fine.
Going again with the DRS. Wow, he gets the overtake on that guy. Back into 8th. Let's hope. Yeah, we're gonna see them take it here.
That lime green car in front of you that keeps getting a little black block over it, I can't do anything about it. That's the game not rendering his livery. So I apologize for that. It was doing that in the first race too, and in this race. So I don't know if the livery didn't load properly into the server or what, but we're gonna go. I'm just gonna ride on board with Andrew here, and hopefully it goes away. Oh, a little bit wide. Oh, it's bumpy on the outside. You don't want to go out there. That's got to be that's just a lapped car. That was one that even Jack was having issues with last race. He apparently, actually, I think we caught it. The guy did almost take Jack out in the last race. He bumped him and almost took him out. So, it looks like the guy that killed Andrew's car actually either went into the pits or spun again because he's way back now. He's behind Jack. Jack's all the way up in P12. Let's go ride on board with Jack all the way back. Like, there he is. There's Jack. He's in P12 now. He's going to start pushing last few laps.
He's in the train behind Andrew.
This is going to be great for him. This is going to give him a massive confidence boost. And his fastest, it looks like his lap time was better than the car in front of him too. So Jack's put on the pressure, and he's going to start pushing for the last 7 or so minutes of this race. This lime green car is the lapped car, so he's going to get blue flagged, I think, coming up here. And he will have to move out of Jack's way. And blue flags, like I mentioned last week, are telling the driver that is getting passed by a lead car to move over and let the car behind through, just like that. Very well done. And let them have the position not the position, let him have the spot because he's not racing the car behind. He's going to hold them up, and it's kind of like a common courtesy thing so that there's no incidents and all that good stuff. So
yeah, they invented the blue flag system because if the cars that you're lapping start struggling with you, you're basically helping the guys that you're racing against up in the front of the pack.
And it also keeps from having incidents too. There's nothing worse than having an incident with a lapped car, especially a car that is like 20 seconds slower. and you go to pass him, and he doesn't respect the blue flag and ends up taking you out going into a corner, not on purpose, completely by accident, but it ruins your race and ruins his race. So it looks like that car that hit Andrew has actually DNF'd. So I think karma says it all right there. Karma is definitely a bitch in his regards, but hey, he kind of deserved it for trying to take out Andrew. So intentional or not, we don't know. But Jack is now doing great. Looks like he's putting the pressure on. He's catching that pack. Like I said, defending is going to slow that pack down, so it's going to give Jack all the ground to cover. He's got that clean air. Once he gets within a second of the car in front, which he's not quite, he'll be able to get DRS and really catch up to that pack and give him the business for the last couple laps. So let's keep our fingers crossed. I know Jack can do it. It's just a matter of getting there.
Yeah, good battling by both our athletes today, and just reward for all the hard work that they put in getting to these races and in practicing for them, and in treating it like an athletic pursuit. There's a lot of skill involved here, guys. This isn't just sitting down. This is driving with a steering wheel and learning the corners and visualizing how everything works, how the physics are going to work upon the car as to when you brake. Very similar, which is why we call it sim racing, which stands for simulation racing.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And to all those people out there that don't think this is a physical sport, I dare you to come down here and drive a F1 car in our rigs for a full hour straight. I guarantee you will be sweating and or sore by the time you get out. There's a lot more physical work that goes into driving these things than a lot of people think. It's funny because we get people in here all the time that go, oh yeah, I'll be able to go for an hour straight. They do 20 minutes and they're like, I am tired, and they're sweating like crazy. So thank God we have fans, because the fans always help keep body temperature down, and all that good stuff. And it looks like Andrew's up in a P8 now, so he's definitely struggling with that damage, as you can see, and with tire wear most likely too. This is the last. Let me just look here. This will be the last 2.5 laps. So Andrew's really going to be trying to push, but he's also going to be trying to hold off P9 and P10. And I'm going to go back to Jack here and see if he's slowly catching them. He is definitely catching up to this group in front. So he's got 2 more laps to push hard. He's still got a 1.5 second gap, so he's almost there. Another half a second to gain on that car in front, and he will have DRS. And he's got 2 laps to do it in. So let's see what he can do. His P12 will be his personal best finish so far this season. And then I think there's 3 rounds left after this. We got Imola and Hungaroring, and there's one more that I cannot remember at this point at the end. But I think there's 2 or 3 more rounds left. So.
Oh no, you guys will get to listen to us 2 or 3 more times here in the next few weeks. Also, you know what? Subscribe if you haven't already to our TRACKSVR YouTube channel, because we're going to be doing more streaming, guys. Not just this race league, but also we'll have other content out there. So we thank you for supporting us. To all of you who are actually listening, and let's see how many people. Oh, we have 6 concurrent viewers. Oh no, somebody logged off. They must have not liked me talking about them. So. Anyways, again, thank you to everyone who is spending time busy at work, in air quotes, listening to ours and watching our stream on YouTube.
Well, I know my dad's not very busy at work, going off of what he says, with how slow they are. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be super slow with the way the world is going at the moment. So, it's just one of those things. Once all this goes away, we'll be able to go out and have more fun. But for the time being, what else is there to do than watch our 2 drivers go out and give them hell? Remember, they are race. Actually, I think they're the only Canadians in this race. The rest are all from Netherlands, France, Italy, Poland. So all like Eastern Europe, or just Europe in general, I guess. And they're giving them hell, showing them what Canadian boys can do on the racetracks. So Very proud of these guys with the big playing with the big boys.
Supporting Canadian motorsports here at TRACKSVR. And wish we could see more of this and just more streams that are interesting. Interest has increased, so that hopefully that helps us. And again, tell us what you think. Comment on our Facebook, on our YouTube. Let us know that we're not alone out there, guys. We have a lot of fun doing this, but it is a lot of work, and it's exciting to know that people are actually listening and watching.
Definitely. The best thing for us commentators is actually being able to interact with the chat. So we definitely would appreciate you guys chatting up a storm in there. I mean, even if it's with each other, it's great because we like to see it. We like to see the community coming together and hanging out and talking about the things.
Checkered flag here?
Nope, they got one more lap. I just looked. They got one more lap. There's 30 seconds left. Leader is going to. Yeah, this should be last lap now. The leader is about halfway done, judging by live timing. He's just coming.
Looks like Andrew's had another overtake here. Let's go take a look.
There's Andrew. He's up into P7. Let's do this. Looks like he did pass the red and white car, so maybe he's struggling with tires too. Andrew's really struggling with the
friction, right?
Yeah. This is what we call survival of the fittest. Racing is not about just racing hard and fast. It's survival. I mean, right now I'm counting. We have 6 DNFs. So out of 26 drivers, 6 of them have DNF'd. So all the drivers that are still left on the track, every single one of them will get at least 1 point for finishing the race if they finish the race. So hey, I mean, racing isn't about. Personal goals for racing are different from everybody, but the biggest one I always tell people is you want to finish the race. That's the biggest goal anybody can have, is finish the race. Don't worry about coming first. Finish the race. Worry about your consistency. Worry about not going off track. Those are your first goals that you should try to accomplish as a new race car driver. Then after that, you can start to worry about getting faster. That's what I've been taught from the many people that have tried coaching me. Once you start to get fast, the biggest piece of advice I've had is you got to have big balls. Which, I mean, it kind of sounds crude, but I mean, it's true. You got to have big cojones to do the passes and make the moves. So there we go. Race over.
Well done. Well done.
Andrew in
well
P7.
Done. Well raced.
And Jack just coming up to the line. Jack finished P10. Did he finish? He must have finished P10.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, do some victory donuts, Jack. Well deserved, dude. Well deserved. Alrighty, guys. I think we're gonna go to a little bit of an intermission here, and then we'll try to get the drivers in for a quick little interview. Lots of donuts. Yeah, a lot of guys doing donuts. One of the best feelings at the end of the race is if you finish, you just do some donuts, because that's a victory. You finish the race, right? So do your victory donuts. Burn the last few percentage-wise of that tire grip and give her hell.
Well done from both our drivers. I'm going to go collect them, and let's see if we can get a few words besides leave me alone.
You've been locked up all year? Tired of the same old routine? We've got you covered at TRACKSVR. We have 12 full-motion simulators incorporating VR technology to put you in the driver's seat of a race car. With our team of sim experts, we can help guide you whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran. From Ferrari to AlphaTauri and all the teams in between, we've got the largest selection of F1 racing merchandise in Western Canada. We clean all the equipment before and after each use and disinfect all high touch points. Forget about the Zoom presentation on Monday. Forget about the holes in the wall for your kids' virtual soccer practice. Bring your future champions down here. We're open for retail viewing and product testing. We want to bring our passion for racing to you here at TRACKSVR.
right, guys. So we've got Andrew in here. Jack's a little bit tired and worn out from that race. He's just gonna collect his thoughts. He might not give any words, but we got Andrew in. I know he's got some strong words. I don't know if he's gonna let them all out here. Probably not, because he's more professional. But let's hear his thoughts, especially on that last race and how he held off like 5 guys for 6 laps with damage. So let's hear his thoughts.
Yeah, thanks, Rick. I definitely wouldn't say I have strong words. I think I'm a little more mature than that. But yeah, like going into this race, like I knew this track doesn't really suit my style of driving. I think, but I think I got as much as I could out of the car today, which is all you can really hope for. There's some really tough battles there. For the whole second race, that was a really tough battle. I gave it everything I had. There was a bit of contact, but you know, at the end of the day, like when you're a driver, you have to persevere. And like, even if you think that maybe someone did you wrong, like, you know, you're talking on the track, not on the stream or in the Discord, right?
That's very true, and you definitely did your talking on the track. Like we mentioned before, the guy did DNF, so karma, right? But Andrew was doing his best and holding him off anyway. So the guy obviously knew that Andrew was faster than him and just tried keeping up, contact or not. Andrew was definitely the better driver, so the day showed that for sure, especially with his outstanding drive at the end, holding off those 6 cars with the damage. How much damage did you have around your car?
I had front bumper damage, or I guess front wing damage, and I took fender damage from one of the other cars. I forget which one it was, one of the gray and purple cars. There was a leg spike, and he got onto me another time. I don't think that caused damage. It was another time that I think it was left rear quarter panel damage that I took from contact with one of the purple and gray cars. But yeah, like I said, like when you like things don't go your way, you take damage. Like you can't like give up, start feeling sorry for yourself. You got a job to do, and yeah, you got to execute, and that's what I did today, and got another top 10. I think that's been top 10 finishes all year, and Jack got his first top 10, so big congrats to him. So overall, yeah, pretty strong team effort, and yeah, proud of the boys today.
Yeah, you both did phenomenal. I mean, I know Jack is super. He's actually standing here right now. He is super. I know he doesn't show it very well, but he's super stoked that he got his first P10, and he his first words were, yeah, his practice has paid off, and it definitely showed. I know you guys were both struggling with tire wear, fuel managing at the end. What kind of fuel did you have left, Andrew?
Yeah, I short shifted a little bit at the last couple laps once I knew I was out of DRS range for the cars behind me. And yeah, I calculated it pretty well because I had 0.1 of a liter left as I crossed the line.
Okay. How much tire wear did you have left?
It was down into the 40s and 30s, but yeah, I think it was I did a good job making sure that I didn't lock up or overheat my tires, so like I got as much out of them as I could, which is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, that's great. Well done today to you and Jack. Good point hauls for the team and individually. Both having Andrew, maybe not your. I don't think it's your best finish. I think your best finish was a P5 in the first round. But I'm not sure because you did finish P7 today. Jack with his personal best of a P10. And like we were saying at the beginning of the stream, racing with aliens, dude. P10 is pretty fantastic, especially when you're a Canadian boy fighting with the Dutch and the French and the Italians that are all in this series. So well done to both drivers. We'll give you guys a points update next in 2 weeks' time. Just so we can wait for all the penalties and stuff. But it looks like Andrew has pulled it up for me. So right now, provisionally, before penalties and stuff are given out, Andrew is sitting P8. and Jack has moved up to P16. So both drivers moving up. Andrew gaining 3 and Jack gaining a big whopping 6 places. As I said, this is before penalties and stuff have all been applied, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of penalties applied today. But we'll find out, and we'll give you an updated points review at the beginning of next stream, which will be in 2 weeks' time on Tuesday at 1:30 Mountain Time. So stay tuned and check Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff, and we'll let you guys know when it's coming up. Any final words, Andrew, before you go? Remember, nothing mean.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm a big boy. Yeah, like I said, like I didn't really think that track suited my driving style, and I think the rest of the calendar does. So let's see how we can do the rest of the race, or sorry, season.
Yes, sir, no problem. Jack, do you want to say anything? Are you feeling up to it now? Jack has warmed up, and he's come out of his race stance, and he's gonna give you guys a few words on his races today.
Yeah, it was a good race. The first sprint race was a bit tricky. I got rear-ended in the last hairpin, and was pretty much, I think, second to last place coming out of there. So I had to climb up a bunch of spots, and I think I finished P15 in the first race. So yeah, no, I was able to climb up a couple spots from that bad crash at the start, and finish above where I qualified. But the second race, I really had some decent pace. I had a bad start and got passed by a couple cars off the line, but I started pulling it back, and it was just a battle of attrition. I kept really consistent lap times, all 152 and 153. And then I started pulling on the cars in front of me. I got up to P14 with about 18 seconds behind me, about 6 seconds out in front. I thought that's where I was going to finish, but I just kept pushing, and it looked like 2 cars in front of me crashed out permanently, DNF'd, and then in the last lap, I came up behind a car. It looked like he just got in a fight and lost his front wing. He tried to momentarily defend, but I was having none of that, so I got up into P11. And then in the last few right-handers, high speed, the guy in front of me there, understeered big time, and I threw it around the outside into the last corner to take P10. So yeah, no, it was a really productive race for me, my best finish so far, and I'm really happy.
Yes, sir. Very well done, dude. What was your fuel and tire wear at by the end of that race?
Tires weren't too terrible. They were in the 60s and 70s. I was kind of managing that the whole time to make sure I didn't flat spot them too bad or anything like that. The fuel, I started fuel saving once I realized I was in open air with the 6 seconds in front and 18 seconds in back. And then I saw the cars in front of me, and I figured, I probably got enough fuel to make it to the end here. So I started pushing again, and I got some of the places. I think I finished. I didn't have one more lap. I had about 1.2 liters. Average lap at this track was about 2.7. So one more lap, I would have been out of fuel for sure. So thankfully, I came across the line with a nice amount of fuel, 1.2 liters, and yeah, it was good.
Yeah, you definitely with that much tire left, you definitely played the war of attrition card and definitely came out on top above 10 other cars that we were talking about, a bunch of crashes, DNFs. Yeah, you definitely played the smart role and took it easy, and still got a P10, which is phenomenal for somebody who wanted to take their time and just tire save, being double what Andrew had left. So Jack had 60% on his tires, 60 and 50, and you had 30 and 40. Yeah, Jack was definitely playing the safe card, which is probably a smart thing to do, and it paid off for him, which is absolutely phenomenal. So next week's gonna be a hoot. Lots of practice going in. Oh yeah. All right. Andrew just said that he was setting his fastest lap, his personal best lap times in the race with the bald tires at the end. I mean, I found the same thing. The lower the tires get, the safer you drive, and usually you get better lap times because you're driving smoother. I don't know how Jack finds driving with lower degraded tires, but I think he'll let us know.
I think I set one of my fastest laps right near the end of the race there with the lower tire, where my tires probably had more on them because Andrew was in traffic a lot more than me, which means he's behind other cars in dirty air. His tires are getting hotter, and they wear quicker, and he's got to defend and all that stuff, right? I was fortunate that somewhat fortunate at least I got out into open air. I would have rather been higher up in fighting, but it helped me save my tires for that last charge at the end. So that's that's probably the difference there.
And that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. That's a very good point. Clean air for most of the race is easy on your tires, whereas dirty air is not. But any final words, Jack, before we close the stream here?
Yeah, no, it was a good race, and thanks to all the people in SimRacingMania, all the other drivers. They're providing a really fun place for us to compete, and I appreciate that. I'd like to shout out to our sponsor Fanabox for sponsoring us and helping us find the best Formula One racing merch in Canada. We love the stuff we're getting from them, and that's awesome. And yeah, no, it's just it's a good result for us today.
Awesome, dude. Well, good luck next in 2 weeks, and well done today. You and Andrew both did phenomenal. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. We will be posting updates and probably some new videos and stuff on the YouTube channel of some of the shenanigans that happened, probably some of Jack's passes and Andrew's defending and all that stuff. So keep your eye on the YouTube channel. Check us out on Facebook for all the weekly updates on certain things that we got going on, and contact us if you want to come down and do some racing of your own. Maybe get in and hop in the cars with Andrew and Jack and have them teach you how to get around some tracks. I'm sure they'd be happy to do that for you guys. Howard looks like he's got some final words, and then we'll close off the stream.
Yeah, we certainly can teach you how to think about being an esport athlete. We have an excellent product testing facility for to view our retail products, from race merchandise to simulators, VR equipment, and soon some VR fitness equipment. So come check us out, 625 Manitou Road, Southeast Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Earth.
That's the most important thing. Do not fly to Mars to try to find us. We're not there. Not yet, anyway.
We're on Earth. This is your existential racing stage. Howard, over and out. Remember, we love you.
Awesome. Thanks, Howard. Yeah, we'd love to see you guys here. That's going to be the end of the stream, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like Jack said, thank you to Fanabox for sponsoring our 2 drivers. We really appreciate it, and so did they. It allows them to drive and compete in this league. And thank you to SimRacingMania for hosting this fantastic season of F3. They do have other leagues for anybody interested that doesn't like to drive Formula cars. They do have some GT and some other leagues. So definitely check out SimRacingMania.online for your R Factor 2 sim racing tournaments. Other than that, I'm Rick. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Ciao.